NPP is ready to educate NDC on what it takes to succeed in government and help save the country. Where you could your Oppong Nkrumah? I say, could your Oppong Nkrumah say, NDC for an enemy, how just a fast woman, MPP for us, I bro so. And to make my day, I war NDC, I'm a Maya, do my day, I succeeded. Abua amagana ye. Ojo Oppong Nkrumah. Na Kyei Innocent had a big response be a breno. Pese ti Ivan Nambran, I mean cast a minchiro Ojo Oppong Nkrumah. Quickly.
I think that we are culture say leadership and the governance in this animal get cheaper and cheaper on daily basis, and we've gotten to a point that there are some people or more behavior on the political stage, and until people don't take politics leadership serious anymore. Because very often the very people you expect much from them, no one omokasa what one or and this gentleman, Oppong Nkrumah, over his life has been on radio, on TV, Kasa, as we are seeing and as a phone now on the team, but Onya Kenya and Akufo, that privilege was handed over to him. This is a gentleman who could not even manage government information, basic thing information. He could not even manage it because within the media or get it so dirty and milkier in the history of this country. Akufo government, and this guy was in charge of managing government information. So on one Kasa portfolio, he was a failure. You know, he was a change obedient as a foreign buyer. So clearly, give you the signals of what the kind of person he is. At some point in time, he now was a YouTube channel now or a podcast as a minister of state. The dying days of the year going to the election, that was what he was doing. So, and America sometimes it's very easy, very cheap, just to make those sweeping comments in the statement. But the reality dawn on you. And he had that opportunity. Yes, Oyagana knew to teach Domahama NDC how to govern and as for the question is before you set yourself to teach somebody, the question is when you had it's not as if you've not had opportunity to be in power. What I say, if Odikeka say and I say any of the opposition parties now winning an opportunity to taste power before I say or bet Mahama how to govern, I'll pay attention and listen to what they have. But these are guys, these jokers recently were booted out of power because of historic incompetence and recklessness when it comes to governance, leadership. And the Akufo regime, we all saw what happened in this country. And the era no abaye a tainted way. I leave an indelible ink on the conscience of Ghanaians. Abaye a nightmare. Ghana for don't even want to remember what happened in the last 8 years. And your friends say within the information space, journalists in this country, how many were hounded? How many were attacked? Journalists were chased out of this country. Oppong Nkrumah at the time. Journalists were assaulted. Some were kept in prison in as a form back and forth because they were doing their job, criticizing government and bringing the critical issues to bear. This guy was a minister of state. What's in the voice?
Yeah, Debbie.
So, Anna Makacho said, answer now you set out to speak, you know. You need to make sure that you have credibility. Maybe you know, you are somebody people will take serious. You Martina or my way, so and in the last 8 years, you know, if there is any government I able to make useless in this country, in the history of this country, it's the Akufo government, and he was part of it. The blueprint is there, and we can just go through. If nothing at all, look at the economy of this country, the way and manner. Even the city, they could not manage it. City, we got to a point that prices of everything was over the bar, and I can't move in a Ghana for dear before now. The history of this country, a billion cedar. And that government wasn't just about mismanaging competence and as a for Korono Kasa, family and friends, state capture and as a forum, Payana use state entities, yes, some special purpose vehicle just to ensure that money will go into the pockets of the cronies and friends of government. Oppong Nkrumah at the time, where was he? You understand? These are shameless bunch of individuals. who always take the stage because politics has become cheap, because credibility doesn't matter in our politics anymore. You can just say anything and get away, because these are guys and can almost said them because of what they have done to the people of this country. Because Ghanaians had hope, high confidence in the Akufo-Addo government bringing all these people on board, and as a foreign, because it was somebody, several other people who have been within the space coming on board. People felt so Akufo-Addo air plug from intellectual kind of way, or more just to bring some intellectualism to bear. But no, the day it turned out to be idea young who be there in the history of this country. Recklessness upon recklessness, incompetence upon incompetence, mismanagement, corruption. Just say, and out of that, just to play your cards well, just to win the goodwill on the side of the people. Now, man, for taking you serious. You are out there talking nonsense, because if there is anybody to be taught how to govern, I think that they should sit back and learn what is going on. Because John Mahama Baye, yes, a very young boy, but clearly you could see few signs there. The dollar is stable. Petrol now man for the ton 17 city despite taxes and as for about we and Rameko. Your first filling station we could check away 11.59 something.
Maybe I'm at 10.99.
Exactly. So
10.99.
People were buying the first petrol at 17, and as for I'm told that cement price about for my from 140 and then minimum ton say 92 say 82 thereabout. These are the kind of relief a Ghana for and this is governance. I am not saying that it's the best, but for where we are. And if we do any comparative analysis, there is no way with the last 6 months way what has transpired will be better compared to what happened in the last 8 years. Yeah. So I think that these guys should just shut up. Usually they don't know how to keep quiet. You understand? And I think that most of them are turning out to be attention-seeking freak. When they lose power, now quite an China. So very often, as all about can be been among phones so. But when they were in power, they were all quiet. You understand? Sure. Because there was a time when people needed Oppong Nkrumah with his media joy, whatever experience, just to rise against the tide and their course within the space. Government information bars was sinking, and this is a journalist. At the end of the day, they couldn't save it. You couldn't even save your outfit to the sense that Akufo-Addo government got drowned in the kind of way and Savannah Manfueka lost the information war because it got to a point that people were not even ready to go on TV and go on radio to defend the party because there was absolutely nothing to defend. It was utter nonsense that was being bandied around all over. So I think that these guys should just shut up.
So you see, this is Ivan. Now, Yembisa Oppong Nkrumah say, more ideas no way na one found supporting another man and succeed. I'm about young we need prep. I'm a man breaking it and twice. Say, I am papa. Some more ideas been a man found one another about me no man. And the moody mu party now bro pa because now mu party now fail government now pro. And these ideas, another amount to not same farm more, we say they should use these ideas to make sure they deliver and then Ghanaians capitalize on that and vote for you to continue. Then, more power, money idea, be our mutim. More power, mutini, you go goti. More free power, and we are seniors and in our governance, seniors and in our mutim. Sometimes you guys speak as if like Ghana for now, more alimi, yeah, Jimmy for. MPP. Time they are the speakers him say everybody is a fool. No more power. Wouldn't need any idea about how governance as you operate. But more free power and the obi aba obe ruling and obe manners and answer. We journalists do. Look at Oppong Nkrumah ya dumo joy. Jasama oka. What you Nkrumah ye? What journalists tribute to buru journalist for? The former station, Latif Idrisu, na ya bunu wa Yoko headquarters as a former journalist. Could you Oppong Nkrumah and come myself? Oh, in fact, Madini Hunya pa.